What are the best tips? What are those pro tips that help you prepare your home, the inside of your home, so you can get the most amount of money when you sell your home? Hi, I'm Kevin Yoder, team leader of Yoder Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty. Have you ever wondered what you should do to get your home ready for sale? What are those tips and strategies that are going to cost you very little money, if any money at all, but will lead to having a bigger check at the closing table? This is a second video in a two-part series. The first video we focused on the exterior of your home, and now we're going to jump right to the inside of your home. Now, this is always surprising to me because we see so many homes that fail to sell. These are what we call expired listings. And it's surprising because we uncover through those consultations with sellers that their agent never took the time to give them these tips and strategies. They just went to market as is. And yet if most sellers that I've spoken with, they knew they could do things that cost them zero money, not a dime, but yet offer maximum return in the form of money at the closing table and also reduced days on the market, that return in that case would be return of their time, which is a very valuable commodity. I think we all can agree with that. So here's the thing. We only have one chance, as I mentioned in the first video, at a first impression. So today I'm going to give you these tips for the interior of your home. They're going to lead to that really great first impression. But the second part that I was going to share with you is I find that a lot of sellers don't take the time to do this either, even if given the proper advice. If you think about this, you only sell once every 8 years or maybe 10 years at the most. Wouldn't it be worth your time to spend a few hours to prepare your home for sale if you knew that you're going to get the most amount of money by doing so? I think most would agree that that's probably worth a worthwhile return on investment. And yet so many fail to do that. Let me ask it another way. If I were to say, if you were to give me $100 bill and I was going to give you $5,000 back in 60 days, would you make that investment? I think no one in their right mind would turn that deal down. That's one heck of a return on investment. It's kind of like that here because you're just spending a little bit of your time, but you're going to get it back in the form of reduced days on the market and more money in your pocket at the closing table. So otherwise, the opposite is also true. When you don't do these things, your home has a chance of sitting on the market for a longer period of time, which means you're going to get lowball offers. And these lowball offers do not feel good. These are the dreaded lowballs because they actually hit you right where it counts, right in the pocketbook, right in your bank account by you depositing that smaller check. Let's get right into it. So tip number one. What do we do first? First and foremost, let's declutter and remove your personal items. This is home staging 101, is making the home less personal, less about you. When it comes to staging, less is certainly more. And you want the buyers to imagine themselves living in your home. You have to depersonalize it because we don't want them to have an experience about you and your family. We want them to start seeing themselves live in your home. Makes sense, doesn't it? We want to give them this easy opportunity to see themselves living there, see them making memories in your home. And by the way, you have to pack up those photos anyway, or those little knickknacks, whatever it is that you might be fretting about that you don't want to take off the wall. And I'm looking right at you, Mr. or Mrs. Deer Antler or dead carcass of whatever that thing is that you have from your last hunting trip out in Wyoming. I know you're proud of it. It makes a lot of sense, as you should be. Here's the thing though, no one wants to look at it. And even if they're a hunter, take it off, put it in a box, do something with it. Bring it to your brother's house. Heck, I don't know, just get it off the wall. Because if they're not a hunter, they don't appreciate it. And this is not about you for a moment. This is about the buyer, okay? Moving right along. Number two, let's talk about bathrooms. Whoa, put your toilet seats down. How many photos of homes have we looked at? I'm starting to laugh talking about it, but it's not funny because it's sort of silly. Put the toilet seat down. And if you're a real estate photographer, just go ahead and do that yourself if they fail to do so, okay? No one wants to look at your toilet. In fact, let's not take a picture of the toilet at all. There's nothing pretty about this device, and we all know what happens there. So it doesn't need to end up in the photography of the home, okay? But if it's in there, make sure your seat's down before the photographer comes out. Put away all your grooming and toiletries. both on the counter and in the shower or the bath area. No one needs to see that. I always like to say if it's not adding to the value of the real estate, it's taking away. Less is more when it comes to this area too. Bathrooms, finally, around the toilet, there's like that rug, whatever you want to call that, it wraps around the toilet. I don't know, whatever you want to call that thing, but that should go too. No one needs to see that. Get rid of that thing. Put it in the laundry room, okay? Just for a moment in time. Number 3, dust your hardwoods. The hardwood dust shows up in the photos and it makes your home look dirty. We can't have that. Tip number 4, pets. These are problematic at best. Now, many people do have pets. I have a little Fido at home. Her name is Jackie. Guess what? When I go to sell my home someday, Jackie is going to be nowhere to be found, and nor will there be any signs that we have a dog. Many people are allergic to animals. Pet dander. And so any inclination that there's pets in the home tends to turn them off. So why would we give them the chance to be turned off? We don't want to do that. So remove the pets, remove the litter boxes, any signs that you have pets. And I'm talking to you, Mr. and Mrs. Cat Condo, or whatever that big, huge apparatus is that's in front of your window. It's perfect for you, but guess what? We're selling your house, so get it out of there. And then secondly, if you have a litter box, for the love of Pete Sampras, clean your cat box or remove it from the main floor and put it down in the basement really far away. Remember, this is not forever. This is just for a short period of time, and the more that you comply with these things, the shorter the time is going to be. Okay, tip 4.5, rent a storage garage and put all your stuff in there that's going to be moved to the next home. I mean, most of the stuff. Declutter your home, put it in a storage garage. It's $50 for a 10 by 5 for 30 days. So you might spend $100, maybe $150. Back to the analogy. If you gave me $100 and I gave you back $5,000, would you take that bet or would you make that investment? The answer is yes. Those are my 4.5 tips on the interior of your home, maximizing this space so that when a buyer comes out, they see your home in all of its glory and beauty, and they don't smell the odors of the cats, they don't see your photos on the walls, and they certainly don't see your taxidermy, because none of those things help them love your home. For more tips and strategies on how to sell your home for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time and with the least amount of hassle, head on over to yoderrealestate.com, and we would love to connect with you.